Guys, just a very, very quick one. The team news is out for the game tonight against Redbull Saltzburg, and rather interesting it really is, because I felt that all the games that Frank's been involved in has been virtually two different sides, and I felt that these two games this particular week would give us some clearer indication as to what our first 11's likely to be, and how we're likely to line up against Manchester United. But let's check this one out, guys. Kepa in goal, Saltzburg, Zuma and Louise as a centre-half pairing. That's interesting. Emerson Palmieri on the opposite side. Janino, Pulisic, Pedro, Ross Barkley, who's certainly been in superb form, shooting at will. You see the influence that Frank's had there. The American Pulisic, and up front on his own, Tammy Abraham. Buzzing about that, really am, because I absolutely think he's superb. I love him. The bench then, Caballero, Cummings, Zappacosta, who I believe we are looking to shift on, because Reece James is now looking as the preferred choice, or as a backup to Saltzburg on that side. Marcus Alonso, Andreas Christensen, Tamore, Mason Mount, Kennedy, Michi Batshuayi and Olivia Giroud. That's the team, guys. What I'll do later is I'll put a review out. Come on in, Chelsea. Speak to you soon. Finish watching the game. Tremendous game of football. What a game that was. 5 goals to 3. It had everything in it, didn't it? Plus the goal of the season, without a shadow of doubt. You won't see a goal like that all season, I don't think. Anything that's going to beat that has got to be absolutely out of this world from Pedro. You have to look at this game and say, on the downside, we've conceded another 3 goals. That's 6 in 2 games. Defensively, we're going to have to work on that. First half, we weathered the storm in the first 10 minutes. Around that sort of time, Pulisic got behind them, burst his speed, got into the penalty area. I thought possibly could have had a penalty. It certainly was the shape of things to come, because from then on it was the Christian Pulisic show. 2 great goals, and he got us the penalty as well. That's where I thought our passing was slick, one touch, quick. We definitely went up a few gears, that's for sure. A lot quicker. And then the second half started like the first, albeit that they made plenty of changes. 9 I think they made in total. And just like the first, they pretty much dominated the first sort of 10 minutes of the second half. And then we conceded again, set piece, zonal marking. And we weren't moving off the zones, we were static. And David Luiz has allowed the runner to come in, and it was a free header. Basically an easy goal really. All he had to do was get his head on it, and you have to say it's a bit of a mistake from Luiz. And we're going to have to look at that, and certainly the last video that I put out about all the abundance of riches that we have in that position, we might have to look at that, because as I say, we do know that David Luiz has got mistakes in him, and I would have thought Antonio Rudiger, once he's fit, is going to have one of those 2 positions. And if I was David Luiz right now, I'd be slightly concerned, especially with the fact that he's got that Christensen there, Kurt Zuma as well. You know, he's going to have to look at himself right now. You know, you can't be lacklustre and just allow things like that to happen. You've got to be on your mettle all the time, and especially if you're going to play that zonal marking. They come back into it, and then we had the hit of magic. And I don't know how to describe the goal, to tell you the truth, because I think it would do it a disservice. He was obviously facing one way, and he kind of flicked it from behind, and it was just sheer magical. You could probably watch that 100 times and not get bored of it. It's one of them dream moments where things like that just happen, and you just say, yeah. And that was one of them moments for sure. It just flicked over into the net, 4-1. And then we've allowed them back into the game, a penalty that I don't know whether it was slightly fortunate. Zappacosta, you can feel a little bit probably hard done by with that, but nevertheless they get it and they smash it home, 4-2. And then Michi Batshuayi come on. There was a load of second half substitutions, actually about 7 players came on, and it certainly made a difference to the rhythm of the game. We looked better, as I say, in the first half, much more compact, but Michy Batshuayi, after missing the first effort, he kind of regained his composure and just smashed it home. And 5-2, and you think that's it, all over. And then 2 minutes into injury time, they get another goal, and that's, as I say, that's the second time we've let 3 goals in. In terms of a game of football, it was 9-8 or 9 out of 10. It was an absolute superb game to watch. It really was. It had everything. The stream that I was watching, they gave the man of the match to Ross Barkley. You possibly couldn't argue with that. I thought Ross was it's like he's a different player. I thought Kovacic was a completely different player. Redbull Saltzburg as well, I think they had about 20 attempts on goal, which is a little bit concerning. I think we're getting closer to knowing what our first team is now. It was interesting that Toby Abraham was given that opportunity. I think, to be fair, he didn't have the greatest of games, but then he wasn't really involved in the game a lot, and perhaps maybe it's a bit unfortunate that chance that fell to Michy Batshuayi didn't fall to Tammy, because I think he would have banged that home as well, you know. Mason Mount on the bench, he came on in the second half, and